Back at my original place. That's much easier. Good. Testing. Do I work? Okay. Good morning, everybody. Let's see what we got today and if we can find something nice. Ooh. Okay, so I'll set this up immediately. We're ranging. Good morning, everybody. So I'm probably gonna jump in on long right now. It looks good, clear. We retraced. We're just chopping here, so this can be a good trade. It's worth the risk. See what we can get out of this if we take this. How much we want to get all the way back there. We are stop. $15-minute entry. Good morning, everyone. Morning, Beaumont. Happy to see you. I'm not in anything yet. I'm just watching what price does because it's chopping around here in this sideways movement right now. We took out a high, but it's just ranging right now. So it can take out a low and then continue. Not the biggest fan to do anything right here. It does look like it wants to go further up right now. So what do? We took out a high, we came back, we retraced. So for me, this looks like it wants to go up back to this gap at least. We got a little bit more downside possibility too. So we are in a 15-minute for value gap right now. We are in a 30-minute for value gap and an hourly. So we're actually in three for value gaps. So if the market wants to go up, it should be here. If it wants to continue to the upside. The only thing, the major trend is actually downwards instead of upwards. So I'll recap yesterday's trade in a minute. So can we take this? This is a 16 point. Oh, that's a decent stop. Small stop too. 19 points, definitely doable. We take that high, that's a 3R from here. because we have a huge opening gap, guys. We got like from this upper candle all the way down here, so that's like a 118 points opening candle we had to drop off. So this is 133 points from candle to candle, so that's a big opening gap. So we did take out our high, but for me that's still like equal highs. Still not in anything, just watching to start. Better put that on the screen also, nobody joins. $22. Let's take a look at Forex Factory. Do we have some news today? We definitely had some yesterday, looks like. Okay, we got a red folder at 8. Oh, that was just happened already. Okay. And for the rest of the day, we are actually free. We do have an FOMC member speaking, but not really something I should do. All the rest are yellow folders, so we should be clean for today. I'll go over yesterday's trade. I'll let this play out a little bit, see what it develops in a few minutes, and then if we find something, we will jump into something. Not really eager to do something today. Huge drop. We're in a ranging box, so I do want to see us actually move out of it. And actually, if we move out of it, and we got some retracement form back into it, that would be actually a much easier play to take than what we are doing right now. So among most of you were here yesterday when we took this trade. This actually came back very close to our entry. I'm gonna go in depth of why I took this and what I saw actually when this started. So I'll zoom out a little bit and take some stuff on the screen. Let's start from scratch on this trade. Okay, so this was yesterday's trade. And if we zoom out a little bit further, we were in this ranging part. We took out a high right here with this level. And then we had a huge drop. So we made a break of structure to the downside. So if we have that, we actually can draw our FIP2 from the high to the low. You can choose how you draw it with the body, yes or no. Another retracement part. So then we do want to see that retracement at least to that 50 level. So because this was that 50 level, retracement to that 0.5, we don't always go to that 62. So for me, that was like max of my TP I want to take. We do always go back normally to 50, so fair value price, and now we have a reaction. So once we got online, actually here, we made a clean move up. So we had a decent amount of 15-minute points above it. We came down, we had a huge drop. Inside, we found it a 15-minute fair value gap right here. And we had a 5-minute fair value gap all the way down, right here on this one. Once we started moving lower very fast, these limit orders were already in, so I couldn't do much. I took 3 on this one and one on this one. So TP1, I made around an hour and a half. And on the second trade, yeah, this was all the way from here. I made an extra R on that last contract to my full TP. Now, I made 2.5 R on this trade. Originally, it should be around 3.3, so a bit less because I took that limit order from this one a bit sooner off. Now, this played out nicely, and always let your stop do its thing. So yesterday I said there was a possibility that we could take it out because this was a very strong move back down. But if we do not sweep lows, we are actually still in a safe place. So our stop was low enough. It was 72 actually. That my stop was. So just a little bit lower than this one. It was 72, something like this. And this played out nicely. So remember, if you're in a trade, to always leave your stop where they are. Don't touch them. Don't move them around or something like that. Let them do its thing. And always watch your outcome. So you always want to see your TP. So once the market started shifting back to the upsides, everybody was feeling great, of course. But when this came, you also have to endure this little move to a retracement. Now, what could I have done differently on this trade? I've seen this for myself yesterday. So once I took actually this move, I was in the car, so I didn't do my actually full best out of this trade. I could have done a lot better. Now, if this was the break of structure to the upside and this first little part, I'll take this trade off, we actually should have only had one limit order inside, and that was actually under that 50 level. So this was actually the perfect level where we could have traded off, and the only entry that we actually could have taken was straight out of that 5-minute fair value gap. So we could have had a much better trade if we only took that 15-minute level. If this retracement fully cleaned back down, we should have retraced it back to that level. Now, I took some above that 50 level. So this is not fair value of price. This is actually buying too expensive to sell it even higher. So this is something we could have done differently. So be a little bit more patient and took all our entries on that 5-minute instead of that 15 and that 5. That's the only thing that I could have done differently. I put it in my notes too, and that we would have a 5R on this trade alone instead of a 3.3 or a 2.5. So hope everybody made some profits of this trade. So full recap, just done. Now for today, let's take a look. How do I do this? Okay, here. Clean this off. So we're retracing right now. Once we start shifting, I do want to see if we can take a trade to the upside again. Because this is a box, so so we're ranging right here in this little folder. We came back yesterday to daily opening gap, so I was expecting this to happen. We did not take out the highs, so that's good, but damn, yesterday. What a move down to sweep almost everything and then move back up. Luckily that we took our profit here, because this was not a nice trade to see. Hope some of you took that move down or the move up. This was definitely expectable. I was not behind the chart, so I didn't see anything about it. So if we're trading ranges, I explained this multiple times already. So if we trade ranges, we take our flip tool again, we start from the 7.5 level. So this would be the level around that we want to start trading off to long back to the upside. So let's see if we can find anything for it. The only thing I don't like in this full trade is that the major trend right now is down. We just had a retracement of this move fully to that 7-8 level, and now we started shifting fast down. So for me, the market wants to continue lower. The only thing is we have a huge opening gaps. So the only reason why I want to see the market go up is actually to fill up this opening gap. That's the only reason. Nothing more, and hold this movement right now is wanting to tell me that we want to go up. For me, the market wants to go down, take all of this out again, take out those equal lows right here, and then start shifting actually in a bigger time frame to the downsides. Because this has been last week, guys. So we have been done very great, but this was a very choppy market. So what I want to see the happening, actually, this opening gap will probably get filled, and then we probably will fall all the way down. And the major liquidity would be around 24,000 that I want to see happening. So we got about a 1,500 points drop coming up soon. This is what I see actually of this market that we moved. So this was the move down. We took out sell side liquidity. We moved back in the range. We came back above that 50 level. We came back to that 7, 8 level, and now we should actually drop again. Okay, so I wasn't watching chat for a second, was just explaining what I'm seeing today, and we will see if we find any trades. Not eager to jump into anything just because of that. Morning, Vele. Hope some of you catch that move from yesterday. So with that move from yesterday, I'm up on 8.4 this month, better than last month already. So I got a 73% win rate. That's a little bit more than usually. So very happy about this one. I got a very great week this week, so I'm not so eager to take a trade today. Just because of that. Nothing specially otherwise. And we're ranging right now too. So in total, I believe I'm on my 100 trades actually. Not sure what I stopped counting, but okay. Let me share my screen for a second. 137, and I started on 46. Oh, so 37. I'm up about 10 more trades, and I collected 37.8 R right now on 100 trades. Is that correct? Yeah, it should be. Definitely doable strategy in 100 trades, $37. X $200. Say that you have a $200 stop, 37.8 R that you made. You made about $7,000 per prop firm account. So if you have like 5 prop firms accounts, you just made yourself a sweeping 37,000. Very good doable. Okay, back to the charts. So still in our range. We're now heading down to the lower part. After we swept our high, what we will do. So just going to be patient right now and really let the market play out, and then see if we had news yesterday because these are huge candles. Hope you all can see that we are ranging right now. Make sure that you definitely always know what environment you are in before you start trading. Because if you know what environment you're in, you actually know how to scale that trade, where you can make sure that you only take like half an hour instead of a full hour in these kind of cases, if you do want to have a trade to take. Not in anything yet. Want to see if we have a shift in structure. If we do, but I want to see if we can take a long off of this. Well, I want to see a shift first in structure. Once I see that shift in structure, I want to see that retest off of it, and then I will take a long off of it. So not in anything yet, just being patient. I want to see if we get maybe a 5-minute shift in structure. Because we are here at actually, like I said, we're in 3 fair value gaps right now. So an hourly, a half hour, and a 15-minute fair value gap right now. So there is a possibility that we actually shift and move back to the upside. But if we want to stay in this ranging part, we can just as easily take out that low. So we're ranging, so both options are actually available right now. And until we are outside this range box, both options will always stay. There is no way telling you right now what the market will do. Now it's just like flipping a coin and say, okay, the market will or may do that. So that's why we want to have patience and see if we have some form of a shift to the upside where we could jump in then and then continue that move. As long as we don't have a shift, there's no movement yet that we can take. So we're just going to be patient. So did anybody start doing the exercise that I shared in Discord, that PDF? I hope you guys are doing this if you want to have something new in life. This will actually so much more accelerate it. But there will probably be no mascot today. He is fully sleeping today. Morning, Emily. Morning, Dr. Who. So for everybody just joined, we're in a ranging part right now. So look, we've been chopping here. So not doing anything yet, being patient. We took out a high, we have a huge opening gap, and as long as we are in this sideways movement, we want to be patient and see what the market wants to give us. So do we drop and take out Asia low and have a reversal back to the upside, taking out this opening gap, or do we have Asia low taken out and keep falling further down? So either way, it doesn't matter what we actually have. So if we have to the downside and take out Asia low, we will probably have some break of structure, movement to the, or changing character, moving, and then we can follow along. If it drops further, and if it has a full reversal, we can just take a 5 minutes changing character back to the upsides and trade it back to the highs. So we just be patient. No, next week is my last week of trading. I'm not trading in between Christmas and New Year, so I would recommend for all of you to take a break too. I will come online and do some educational parts instead, but I will not be trading between Christmas and New Year. So that's all that you know. That's my week off. That's the only week in the year that I don't trade. For the rest, we will see. Friday, I believe everybody has asleep yet. If you already have like taken yesterday's and the days before trade with me and you have a nice profit this week, you don't need to trade today, guys. It's not necessary. You just can skip the day too, because this is not a market we want to be in. I really hope you guys are doing that exercise that I'm sharing and knowing what you want in life. It really, really helps you to figure out what you really want. If you're not really if you not really want to be a trader, it really figure out something that you really want to do. It can help you. It helped me actually a lot too, knowing that I'm actually in the right business and what I want to do. So market's still at the same place. We now hit the lowest part of that movement. Okay, great. If we now have a shift, because this was a last value gap, if we now have a shift to the upsides, we could take a long back to this high. Well, be patient until we have that shift. We will have a retest of that shift, and then we can follow along into it. Because if we are ranging and we continue to range, we should not take out the full structure. So we are now already all the way down to that 6-7 level. So this is our last part. If we are ranging, this is the lowest part that the market should come to, and then it should continue. We can sweep this low, but our stop should be here, all the way down. We do have equal lows right here. We have the Asia low very nearby too, so we have multiple liquidity pools still, but like I said, I do want to see a shift first, and we all have a retracement, a small one, maybe a 2-minute or something like that, and then we continue up and we take it to the highs. But for now, the market shows that it wants to go lower. So we don't do anything until we have that shift, guys. So just be patient. It will come. Climbing mountains to be a farmer. Good that you already know it. Now, write down what you will give for it. So it's not only knowing what you want, it's only knowing what kind of price you have to pay to get it. And paying the price doesn't mean money, actually. Paying the price means what certain skills do I need to develop to get to that point. So then you go reverse engineer it back to the starting point. So I'll explain what I mean by that. So say that you have wanting to be say that you want to have a business that drives 100 sales the next year. So if we want to have 100 sales in the next year, we want to know how do we want to get those sales. So this is a shift that I want to see. So if we do have like a tap of this, we'll jump into this and we will take this to the high. This is definitely worth that risk. We took out our low right now. So if all the market will continue to flush right here, we don't actually have news or anything. So all the market will shift back up and take out the opening gap. So this is what I'm aiming for right now. So if we take out the structure, so this is a structure now that we took out. Now I want to be patient and hope we have some form of a retest of it. That would be great. Let's hope the market does it and gives it us. So now we took a full structure. If we close this up here in that's 2 minutes, and we have a small retracement, I'm taking a long, guys. So just so you know. So if we get a tap of this, I'm taking that long. How many points is this? This is 12 points. So yeah, I'm gonna jump in this. I'm gonna take a long from here to the highs. So that's a 2R that we can make straight out of this. Stops at this low, so a little bit lower than this one. So that's at 25,005. So I'll put it on screen. This is a half R, what I put into this. It was a fast reaction. Aiming for this, full TP. That could be a 1.8. So we want to see now, we are inside now 15 minutes. Here I want to see us push through. So we just tap this. I don't want to see us fall all the way back in the next second or something. I do want to see that continuation right here. Yeah, this was beautiful. Look, this is a beautiful candle on a 5-minute base. So this is definitely possible that we continue here. We could come in. We have like a 2-minute gap right here. So we can tap this. And then I want to see that continuation. So this is that tap now that we have. The only thing strange is that like we dropped like 1.7 points. So we had a structure change, so we could see it fall further down. It's a half hour, guys, so if it's not a good trade, it's okay. We got about 15 minutes before open. So we now tapped the liquidity again. If we move above those highs, above that high, we will continue. So this is the main target that I'm seeing that we could hit. So this will be looking if we will take that out or if we continue. Seems like I'm living through. I entered on the pre-op, just closed my trade. This huge 5 minutes. Yeah, this 5 minute can still play out differently. We had a 15-minute tap right here, so I would still want to see it continue. No, my friend is awake. Hello. This will be the only trade I take today. A win or not win, it's okay for me. Doesn't matter. That's the only trade I will take today. If I find something for you guys, I'll definitely help you take another one. But I personally will not take another one. I'm happy with the profits I made today, this week. So I want to keep it a nice and clean green week. Happy that you're living the dream. Yeah, Azul is indeed the mascot. He was asleep just a minute ago. My little boy. Ooh. Yeah, the remote life seems appealing. Vele, what you need to be doing? What do you need to do to be able to live remotely? If you know that answer, you can do it. And if you have already found somebody that does it, go copy him. Or go copy her, if you prefer to copy a woman. In your niche that you're doing, and if you have found somebody already doing that, just copy what she does or he does, and you can actually just do the same. So we now have a 5-minute for value gap too. I do prefer that we keep moving up. Yeah, we let the trade do its thing. We're in it, so it's only a half-hour risk. So the reason why I took a half-hour risk, first of all, it's last day of the week. Second of all, we have been ranging for a while, so it's a few hours we've been ranging. We're not yet fully in a shift to the upside. That was a half-hour stop, so just making sure that everything is clear before we do anything. So I'm just doing sideways movements right here. So, and we got about 8 minutes still open. So if open wants to sweep Asia, yeah, that's going to be then us too. So this is why half-hour risk. So 3 reasons. First of all, Asia's very low. Second of all, we've been ranging for a while, so we don't want to be in that choppy market business. It's not my. I don't like it. I prefer an expansion. So for me, this was still. We took a higher for value gap right here. It got ignored because we took the high. So the short for value gap didn't hold. What does hold right now is this for value gap, the lower one. We're still in that hourly too that we can do. And we still, this 4 hour, yeah, this is looking like nothing really. These are very slow 4 hour candles right now. The 6 hour looks like it wants to go lower, but we still got like 3 hours, so we can easily take the high and then go back down. So if I get full TP, I got like a 1 hour out of this, almost, a little bit less. We will see. I just want freedom, but it seems like the world is moving to an opposite direction. How do you mean opposite direction? That you got less freedom, or that you... It depends on what you actually want. So you got, you can ask for freedom, but whoa, that was not so smart. You have a lot of options in freedom. What is really freedom for you? Is it having time, or is it having the ability to move in every direction that you want? What do you call freedom? Because that's a big word. A lot of people see that differently. I just moved to a farm, everyone. Oh, nice, Sergeant. Congrats, man. Happy to hear that. Yes, now I have more rules, less privacy, the opposite, what I want. Yeah, you have kids. You always have more rules. You cannot expect to have kids and have more privacy. Or is it nothing to do with that? My kid is 24/7 with me. I don't always have privacy. So I know exactly what you mean by that. No, I mean, oh no, that's gonna be great. You wanna know the place where you're gonna go where you have the privacy or what you need? I can share you a community that you can go to. I know these people personally, very great people, actually. You can live with them. They have like a full out grown community. They're building their third right now. So they're really inspiring me because that's like my dream thing to do. And I actually shown her where to get the cabins or the houses and everything. So she's doing my idea, and we're actually, yeah, I'm actually proud that I could share that info to her. And she's using that info now, and she's building it already. So I'm very happy for her. Oh, nice to hear. No, mine are not in the US. Those are not in the USA. Those communities. I mean, they're actually in Portugal. So we're now moving up. If open comes, I'm just gonna let this play out. We could get sweeped and open too, guys. So it's just chopping here, so it's not doing much. So I do prefer to see it move fast up, but we could just get sweep too. Because I preferred that it had a strong push immediately, and it did not, so it stays around here. So after a takeout, I do want to see that expansion very fast afterwards. Otherwise, I'm not so happy in this trade. If you want, you can put your stop at break even and let open take you out. That's fine too. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna have that minus a half R. It's only like a half R risk, or take that full R profit today. And first of all, that will be the only trade I take today, like I said already. So we got 2 more minutes to open, so it's up to you. Or you can put your stop right here to break even, let you take out right now. And if you got it a little bit lower, you could put your, yeah, it's up to you. This trade for the start off right now, it still looks a little bit good, but not that great, actually. We tap the 15-minute and we sit here, so that hourly, I prefer to see it as high as possible. The next 50 seconds, I prefer actually to fall in as high as we can. Just because we've been ranging, it can take out the whole structure. I don't want to see that happen. So again, it's up to you what you do. I'm leaving the trade open like it is. But at the first sight, it's not really what we want to see happening. And a trade that needs to expand. Here's open. Trading is a probability game, guys, so anything can happen. Doesn't matter. It's just the trades. I'm up 8 points XR already this month, so I'm up 8.4. So if I take a minus 0.5 today, I'm up 7.9 in this month. I'm already happy. I only had like a 7.4 last month, so I'm actually doing better than last month already. So you're not gonna hear me say anything not great. I gave you guys the option to put it at break even, so always it's you are in the trade, so you have to decide for yourself if you feel comfortable taking this, yes or no. I'm just here showing you what I'm doing. You don't have to fully implement what I'm doing. So this will probably be our stop right now. That was a stop. Probably took that one a little bit too secure. So we were ranging. I was telling you guys already at this, so can happen. Happened. If it now moves to our TP, yeah, it's fine for me too. Can happen. Long after a sweep, came back in to an FVG of 1H, 30 minutes, and 15. Shift to the upside on a 5 minute to cross 0.5. R trade. So that's minus half R today. Took a long, that's 12 December, and now the market moves. God damn it. And even now, you still need to be okay with it. So if the market now wants to move all the way to my TP, I'm still happy. I saw the trade. Everything played out nicely. Couldn't do much more about this than we could have put our stop all the way down to the range too. So we could have moved it way further down to be more secure that this move would play out. But was not a fan of doing that. So that's why I didn't do it. So remove drawings. Now let's see. So your analysis can be fully correct. The market sometimes does what it wants to do. And if it takes you out, you just have to be okay with it. That's the mindset of a good trader. just be okay with every outcome that comes. I already said that was the only trade I'm going to take. So I'm not taking another one. Doesn't matter if I see something clear, yes or no. I'll keep me to my word. Otherwise, it would be silly to say it. Good morning. Time to notification entered. Yeah, I was supposed to be there already on that vacation. Normally, I was not supposed to be back in Belgium before February. So, but because of the van, we were had to come back. There was no other way. Yes, didn't take out the loan. No, yes, didn't. Yeah. See, this is the thing about NQ. It can sweep that liquidity where look, yes didn't sweep it. So if we were in this trade with yes, we would have stayed in it, and it's on NQ. We got swept. If you're trading, you just have to be okay with that if that happens. There's nothing that we can do about this. This is just trading. Like I said, we got about a 60%, 55 to 62% win rate. So I was already up a bit more than I should be. So it's normal then to take a hit. So I'm now up 67%. So on a 7.9 R, I took 12 trades, 8 profits and 4 not profits this month alone. So we're 12 days in this month and I already took almost every day a trade. This week alone, we took 8th of December, I took a not profit, I took a break even, I took 3 profits, and today I took a not profit. So fully transparent with everything. Well, if you want to see my journal, you can. Here it is. So the 8th of December was a minus 1 R. 8th of December again, we took BE. I'll put up my stop at break even after this choppy movement. So we took, that was our long ranging part that we were in. Then this one was from yesterday that we took, and I didn't put my screenshot inside. And this one was from today. Oh, we got stopped. So just because of this 5-minute shift, it looked like it wanted to go higher. So there was a clean move up with a retracement possibility that we could move further. So always be okay with everything. The market looks like it wants to do that move, what I wanted to see happen before. So if it now moves up, I'm still happy. Like I said, that was the last trade that I take today. I'm not taking anything else. Not eager to jump into anything. It's Friday, guys, so I'll take it slow. Nice, Emily. 11 hour in 2 weeks. Hoping to get funded soon. Yeah, perfectly fine. That's it, Dr. Wu. Happy for you, man. Happy for you, Emily. Great. That looks nice. 11 hours, so you are up 2.2. You're up 2004. This was gonna be a great trade. Look, this was, if this now plays out, I'm still laughing at it. So uh, the only thing I always like is seeing what the market wants to show me. So I just follow a gut feeling, and then I see a structure changing hands, and we follow that structure into a movement. Are you still only trading ES, Emily? Yes, indeed. Okay, yeah, perfect. Are you in this long? Because this was a fair value gap, you could have traded off of this. You were still going to be in it. Yeah, you didn't sweep, so not sure that you took this. If you did, yeah, you're up 2 hours or something like that in this trade. No, that's going to be almost a 1 hour. Did you have a 5-minute shift? Yeah, you did. So you could have tapped on that 5-minute fair value gap when we entered. Stops at that low. If you entered on a tap, that would have been a fantastic trade. Yeah, this is something you have to do too. If you have like a choppy market, we took out a range, we came back into it. So yeah, perfectly fine that you took a half hour. I'd done the same today. So, but if you ever want to trade mass, for everybody new in trading, if you are learning how structure works and you want to be having more faith in what you do and learning to be okay with every trade you take, ES is way easier to trade, guys. We didn't have that spike. So if we took the same trade on ES today instead of NQ, we still be in this trade. NQ just has huge spikes and likes to take out liquidity. Sometimes we are it, and sometimes we are not it. So yesterday, it didn't take it out. It came like 1.5 points from our stop, and then it shifted up immediately. So today, ES did take it out. It didn't take it out, ES, and it started moving up. So the same trade, exactly the same movement. So we had a 5-minute shift to the upside. We tested it. So anything in the test you could have taken, or just at the close of that candle could be good too. Didn't take it out. So now if I was in this trade, I would already put my stop at break even. So it shouldn't come back. And then target first high, first TP, and then see what happens afterwards. That's a 1.6, so that's a 0.8 R that you made. Good trade, Emily. So Emily took also the bootcamp. So if you ever want to learn how to trade, just stay along, ask questions, take the bootcamp, and you'll have actually enough information. You don't need to make it so complicated. No, she started from zero, guys. So she actually never traded before. So she's now up to it for about, I believe, 4 months in trading. So if she can make it in 4 months, you guys can do that too. With zero knowledge, guys, of trading. Just by listening, being here every day, always consistency, building up strength in the movement that you're doing, and keep doing it over and over and over and over again until you succeed. And learn from your mistakes. First, you need to have some confidence, and then you learn something new. You mess up something. You have some doubts about certain things because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But remember, trading is the most probability game in the world, and nobody knows what happens in trading. We can predict what the market could do, but we can never say it, because this, after we shifted here upside yesterday, and we had a full flush down back, taking out everything, this was not expected to happen. This one was expected to happen to the upside fully. That we can have a retracement, okay, that's possible, but when we take out everything and then move up, this is just manipulated liquidity. Look, ES did it way differently. So same hourly, the morning session, we came up, we took it out, we moved up, and then we retraced, and we moved continuously. So this is a way cleaner structure. I even took out that external liquidity. So this one shows us that we have more strength to the upside. And Q didn't take out the highs, so this one is chopping still. So if we want to watch the structure of ES, and we can see that we actually had a down move. We had that opening gap from yesterday, so we should have stopped somewhere here. We took out the high. So if we take out a high, that means that the structure shift to the upside again. So on ES, we took out all liquidity right here yesterday, so a lot of... I know that ES is actually the big brother of NQ, because more companies are in NQ and on ES than on NQ. Copy a woman. No, women are just as good traders as guys are, actually. For me, actually, they have an easier way to adapt to certain things than boys have. Don't know yet. I have no idea yet why, but they do somehow. I'm getting myself another drink. But at certain points, they just learn to accept. If they're not correct, they're okay with it. Somehow, the mindset of a guy is differently in that part. Like I said, I have no idea yet why, but it is definitely different. Well, for me, my first thought process would be, because we are taught that the boys have to provide for the family and make money and everything. So it's not easy for us to see the money go in a different direction and then say, okay, we still will go up afterwards. So I believe that's maybe a little bit the thing. That's the first idea that I can get out of it, actually. Not sure if it's true. You do know that the women are the better species of the humans. So we have more strength. That's one of the things that we actually have more. I don't see women have the same strength as us do, but I believe if they train, they can actually, but it will take longer. We're more built for that kind of stuff. So this market is still a bit choppy, moving the same direction like it should have been. Yeah, this will continue now. I already said I would not take another trade, but this definitely looks like it wants to take out that high. Look, we came in at 15, we tapped fully back down, so now it should move up right here. especially because the first 5 minutes we moved lower, now we move up. That's how it always works. So if you have any questions for me, you can ask. I'm not gonna take, like I said before already, I'm not taking another trade. So if you ever trade ES too, know that the points are different too, guys. So look, you only move like 6.7 points. So and if you have a stop like for 2.5 points, you do have to calculate how much this is before you actually start with doing it. Oh, and Emily, if you get funded, make sure that you stay with the same mentality that you are trading right now, because don't get excited about it. Just make sure that you're staying in the same mentality. Those payouts will come from themselves, because once you get your first funded, then you have to just make sure that the emotions that you create inside stay the same as previous, so that they don't accelerate or don't reduce. Make sure that you just feel comfortable again at the same level, because I've seen a lot of people act not as smart when they get funded. So I want to be sure that you actually act just the same. If you feel too excited, maybe don't trade that day once you got it, or the day afterwards once you got funded, maybe one day no trading, and then afterwards start again until you feel that neutral feeling again, what you probably have right now when you're in a trade, or where you're getting better at. So the market has actually two liquidities I can take out. So it's this one from Asia high or Asia low. So we're still inside this ranging part. So actually this is Asia high. Thank you, sexy. Now you definitely will get more freedom once you get that funded account. So you're building up to your dreams, Emily. Yeah. The second thing that I can give also advice is now that you're very close to it, also keep just trading the same movements. Don't rush it. Don't overtrade. Just do the same thing over and over again. Are you following that plan that I shared, that 30-step plan? A 30-day or 30 trades plan, actually. So I made a 30 trade challenge. So anybody wants it, well, let me know. I'll share it. It's free gift for me, for all of you. Not sure that she's doing it, but if she is, I would be definitely want you to share it with me if you are doing that. So this was my 30-day share. This was my 30-day challenge to get it funded. So if you're taking that break of structure, so wait for a break of structure or changing character, you need a 15-minute for valley gap, 15-minute for gap. It needs to be above. That's 0.552. So I put all the rules inside that you need to follow. All of them. You need to take 30 trades. TP1 hit, stop to entry, after break even. Never re-enter a trade, max 2 trades a day, not more than 3 hours of screen time, a full TP is 2.5 R. So I put all the rules inside that you actually need. So if you can follow those rules, you can have a nice training session for yourself and get yourself funded. If you follow the rules, you just need to follow it and be honest. Take 30 trades and be fully honest to follow those rules. If you don't, you have to start over. Nice. See, this is what it's about. So knowing that a plan works, making an edge, and then building on the way you trade. Because everybody trades a little bit different. So I can show you how I trade, but that doesn't mean that you will find your edge in how I trade. A good trader always makes his own edge. So happy that you did that. Great work. Now, if you're willing to share your plan, you can always, somebody can always learn from it. It's going to be another half hour of streaming, and that is going to be on for me for the day. I'm going to cook something and have a weekend, start the weekend. Can we play some salsa music in the background? Oh, I can't actually. No noise. So anybody just joined, I already took a trade. So I took a not profit today, and I'm not re-entering any trades anymore. I said already. We're still in this choppy side ranging momentum right now. I would recommend anybody that is wanting to trade today, be patient until we take that buy side liquidity, Asia high or Asia low out. Then you are out of sight this movement. And what will the market probably do then? It will do something. If we take out, it will retest and then it will follow further down. If it wants to go up, it will do actually just the same. It will do this. And then probably back down. This is that opening gap, so that's why I'm aiming after this, that we actually will have a drop. Anybody that's in here that took that trade with me yesterday, please share your profits in Discord. It helps the channel grow, helps people recognize that what we are doing is good, so people will follow and join along faster. If you like the streams, that thumbs up always helps, so you just give me a yeah, perfect, thanks. If you're not subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. Helps the channel grow too. I made a full recap on how I actually do break of structure too in a trade, so it's up from yesterday. If you want to watch it, you can watch it too. Go watch it multiple times. It actually is a full plan in how to take break of structure entries and to continue that movement. Being able to see the bigger picture is very important. So market structure is the one thing you actually need to learn in trading if you're an intraday trader. Also, if you're actually a long-term trader, you should do the same. Look, I'm still in this Bitcoin trade right now. I'm still being patient. My entry was at the 2nd of December. I'm in 10 days in this trade right now, and I'm still at my stops are already up here. So if we move and we take out our low, I'm out. I do want to see a little bit movement to the upside. I took 1 hour profit off of this trade and want to see hit at least 100,000. So all the markets have been actually chopping around. So we do have like a 4-hour for value gap just below us again. So if we drop today and we move to that gap and I see a shift, I could take a re-entry because I got already 1 hour out of this trade. So my stop is moved into profit. So if I get stopped and we enter that 4-hour for value gap, I would actually re-enter that trade one more time to try it one more time to the upside. Because we didn't tap that weekly per value gap yet. So that we had like 3 weeks now of sideways in Bitcoin. So it is possible that we actually come to that 4-hour for value gap one more time next week and then actually have that shift to the upside. Market is very, very, very slow motion today. Okay, looks like Emily is gonna have her profit. Yes, was more structive, kept to its structure, and is moving slowly to that TP. You can actually, Emily, if you want, drag it up your TP to that opening gap So there is a possibility if the market starts shifting, we will actually hit that opening gap. So with a half-hour risk, and you can make like a 3-hour out of this, that would be a 1.5 hour out of a half-hour risk. That's a very good money management rule. So if this shifts up and it keeps going, so that would have been TP right now, or TP1. If you're in multiple contracts, you can take like a few off right here, stops at break even, and you're done. You can let the rest run. Yeah, take partial at the high. Yeah, same for me. Good rule, that one. So this was the structure. So anybody that's doing breakup structures and continuation movement, the first candle that shows the down part movement is your first TP always. Look, and I got hit. Yeah, or I missed it by like a tenth of a point or something like that. So that was a hit for me. So this should be TP1, and then the rest always stops at break even. So you don't have any not good trade anymore into it, and then you can set your full TP like at that full structures high. Because ES for me is showing strength. NQ is not yet that far. Look, NQ is still sitting here right now, so it didn't even move an inch. While ES is actually definitely showing strength right now. It did exactly what I wanted to see on NQ. But I'm not one that can jump from NQ to ES and back to NQ and then back to ES. So, or we stay with one way of trading. So for new traders too, make sure that you take one chart, learn it, how it moves, and then trade off of it. If you are more a structured person and you want to have more faith and control over your trading sessions, this is the one that you should take. If you want to have a bit more volatility and make a bit more profit faster, then NQ is more for you. But if you do it structured and you have patience, you can just as easy get that same profit off of ES. The trades just take a little bit longer on ES most of the time. But they hold the same value. So 20 minutes, I'll be off. If nobody has any questions. So if anybody wants that 30-day challenge screen, here is the documentation. You can just take it. Now the TP got hit, definitely. The NQ is still at the same choppy business, not much happening on NQ. It will definitely follow ES for my feeling. So I got the end to it. Like in the next few minutes, it will just pop up straight to that TP2. So remember, if you want to get something alive, you do have to pay a price to get it. That's what everything. So look, the paying a price of having a child is that you have a child in a place. The thing is that you will then have more responsibility for it. If you do if you want to do a certain job, you will have to have certain skills. So that's paying the price. Remember that you always enjoy paying the price too when you have something. I'll put it one more time on screen, that 6-step process. If you haven't seen it yet, take a copy of it. I've been explaining this for a while, so it can only help you understand it better and better. So if you understand this, you can really get stuff in life. And believe me, it's not me telling you this. It's actually a lot more people than you would expect. It's very easy. It's no magic. It's just doing it. That's what makes it not so easy. Keep refining you. Keep rewinding that brain into something you do. Hope everybody's still doing those sentences in the morning that I actually gave too, because that's something that helps to implement putting that brain into something positive. Work with it. Make sure it works for you instead of against you. So this market is definitely not moving a lot. So we're about an hour in, almost 44 minutes in open, and we're still in that first 15-minute candle. So market is definitely not doing anything right now. So I would recommend for everybody not to do anything at all. If you trade NQ, it's not worth trading right now. Be patient until that sell side liquidity of Asia low or buy side liquidity on the top side has been hit, and then start acting off of that. Like I said before, I'm not taking another trade. I took a half or not profit today, but I'm up nicely on the week, so I want to keep that profits. I'm up 7.9 now. So in total, we made we are 6 months in, and we made ADR. If you can make ADR in 6 months, damn guys, you will never have to do anything in life again. If you stay consistent to what you're doing, keep doing it over and over again, you will get that freedom. You will get anything you actually want to get. But make sure that you keep your mind positive in trading. That's the one thing that you really need to learn, to always be positive in trading, no matter what the outcome is. And not a lot of people teach it that way. Because it's all about what you think about. So if you think about your outcome in a positive way and always see your TP get hit, it will get hit. And even if your SL gets hit, you'll still be okay with it. Same like the morning session now today. We got stopped. Well, it's just a trade. See, this is something like I would never do. Enter a second trade on the same movement that already happened. Because if it fails the first, so what was that, 8 right here? Yeah, your stop should have been up here. So it had an opening void right here, so it had no wick. So on that pre-op, your stop should have been up here and not in here. So here same for yes, we came into a void one more time, we tapped it, and now we should move off because it was also a 15-minute, I believe. Yeah, we tapped the 15 per value gap right here. Very small one. Probably it's still in the same movement, still choppiness, not much happening here too. Yeah, I'm gonna call this a day. This is just chopping all around, guys. So I would recommend again to be patient until we sweep one of the two lows, until you do anything. The market is not showing its hand at all. It's just taking liquidity, going back in the range, taking liquidity, going back in the range. So it still sits here, didn't do anything. Excuse my language. I was always gonna say a word that I actually never want to say. Yeah, I would not recommend to trade any of it right now. Just be patient until you see an actually movement in a direction, because we could sit here all day. We had swept the highs, we have swept the lows, so all liquidity actually from internal is already gone. It's Friday, so instead of watching the charts until something happens, take a day off and come back on Monday, and we will have a nice trading day again. So I wish you all a great weekend. I see you all back on Mondays, of course, like always. I'm always here. And we will have a nice trading session on Monday then. I wish you a great weekend and see you back then. Enjoy the rest of your day. If I see anything, if I come on a chart and I see anything left in the afternoon session or in the morning session, I'll share it in Discord, but for the rest of the day, have fun.